Welcome to CSBJ Radio. CSBJ Radio is the premier online business talk radio show in the Southeast. CSBJ proactively connects, informs, and engages its listeners in all aspects of small business. Discover the entrepreneur in you with CSBJ Radio. Now, here's your host, Greg Wilson.
Hello and welcome to another edition of CSBJ Radio. I am your host, Greg Wilson, the owner and publisher of Connection Small Business Journal. You can find us online at www.connectionssbj. Again, that is www.connectionssbj. Feel free to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/connectionssbj. Again, facebook.com/connectionssbj. And also online at www.connectionssbj.com. For all of your advertising needs, feel free to give me a call directly. My telephone number is 706-289-7863. Again, that is 706-289-7863 for all of your advertising needs. Today's podcast is being brought to you by a brand new advertiser, The Secret Key Boutique. Again, The Secret Key Boutique. They're located at 1853 Centerpoint Parkway in Centerpoint, Alabama. Their telephone number, 205-202-7006. Again, that is 205-202-7006. We're going to discuss a lot more about their business in a few minutes. But The Secret Key Boutique, 205-202-7006. If you are looking for gifts, or if you're looking for clothing, they have belts, heels, dresses, fashion jewelry, purse. I mean, you name it. They have it in this boutique, The Secret Key Boutique at 1853 Centerpoint Parkway in Centerpoint, Alabama. Today's podcast is entitled Achievable Resolutions. Achievable Resolutions. We know that we're in closing out the year of 2014, and quite honestly, I mean, right now, if you are a small business owner, if you're a proactive small business owner, you're online, you're doing your due diligence, you're trying to find out, what do I need to do in 2015 to make myself a small business success? Maybe you are an individual that you're looking to make yourself better spiritually, financially. If you're a business owner, definitely that. But, just because there's nothing magical, one thing that we need to understand is that there's absolutely nothing magical about the turn of a clock. There's nothing magical about it being a new year. The clock will strike midnight. It will thus be a new year. And nothing, quote unquote, magical. No fairy dust is going to come and land on your pillow to make you a small business success. No dust, if you will, fairy tale dust is going to end up at your door to make you a small business success. That lies totally within you. That lies within you as an individual. That lies within you as an entrepreneur, you as a small business owner. So today we just want to take a few minutes to take a look at, some things that possibly can even be ignored. Again, this time of year is just filled with different people offering advice. Many of them are like myself, entrepreneurs that are offering you, advice. The internet, quite honestly, again, is full of helpful tips for small business owners, for those that are dreaming about being in business, entrepreneurs. The internet is quite full during every time of the year, this time of year specifically, with all this advice. And sometimes it's easy for us to be confused. It's easy for the information to be convoluted, and we end up not knowing what direction to go in. But I want to encourage you to set achievable resolutions. This is free advice. Set achievable resolutions for your business. It doesn't take a lot of time for you to sit down, write out on a sheet of paper, or if you are more digital than others, then you have Evernote, there's any.do, a lot of tools that we have at our fingertips, for us to take notes, for us to write down different information, different things that we can do within our small business or within our individual lives, personally, financially, spiritually. We can write this information down, put it into practice, and thus, begin the process it's going to take to make this year, 2015, a successful year for us. Now, I want to deal specifically during this podcast with the small business component of that. It may be very good to rethink, and there's a lot of advice. Hey, redesign your website, redesign your marketing structure, redesign or revamp your business plan. While all of these different things are good, and here I'm a web developer by trade. All right. So even though these things are good, do your own personal due diligence. Are you happy with the way the website looks? Are you happy with the marketing plan? Are you happy with the business plan? And what makes us happy, or what should make us happy with these different things, is actually the return on the investment. How has it been? Have you received a return on your investment? The marketing plan that you have, you're advertising on the radio, you're advertising on television, you're advertising in magazines and newspaper. What has been your return on that investment? Have you gained one customer from that, or have you gained 100 customers from that? That should be a gauge to let you know here in this new year, should we continue to market the same way? Should we continue to advertise the same way? Maybe that business plan, how did the implementation of that business plan in 2014 work for you? Write it down. Was it a success? Did it flatline? Did it crash and burn? Did it blow you even out of the water? All right. And if it did, then there's no need to revamp that for 2015. If the 2014 business plan worked, if the 2014 marketing strategy worked, again, the turning of a clock, there's nothing magical with that. So keep doing those things that you've been doing. If your website was okay, if your website was a success in 2014, you don't have to come in and redesign it per se. If it worked for you in 2014, then going forward in 2015, continue to do those different things. Even networking, I mean, we spend a lot of time. I know I spend a lot of time each and every year networking, meeting people, creating networking opportunities for people. All right. Well, you as a business owner, you're going to have to decide, hey, was the networking that I invested my time in it, was it worth it? Did I gain one customer? Did I gain 30 customers? Did I gain 100 customers? Did I gain no customers? Was it a success? Did I learn anything? Let's not gauge, even with networking, let's not necessarily gauge us walking away with new customers as a successful networking event. Did you learn anything? Did you walk into that networking event not knowing what you walked out of that networking event with? All right, so you can even use that information to gauge if it was a success, or not a success. And definitely, if you learned something and walked away with new customers, then that is a networking opportunity that you should continue in 2015. If you didn't learn anything, if you didn't walk away with any new customers, maybe you spent money to go there, then I'll leave that with you. You're going to have to make a decision should you continue to network in those different venues. There's a plethora of networking opportunities out there. CSBJ Engage is one. BNI is another. Your local chamber, if you are a member of the Columbus, Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the Phoenix City Chamber of Commerce, Birmingham Chamber of Commerce, Centerpoint Chamber of Commerce. If you are a member of any of these, then definitely in those particular areas. And if you're listening to us, maybe in another state, down in another even city, Macon, Georgia, out there in California, we have listeners way out in California. If you are part of a networking group there, do your due diligence. Find out if it's a success for you. And if it is, then definitely keep doing it in 2015. One thing that we should, just be aware of, we should be always conscious of, a new year, these resolutions that we're coming up with, we don't necessarily want to have to ignore the business per se, but we should necessarily turn our resolutions, the New Year's resolutions, into a list of tasks, a list of daunting tasks that you don't have either time for, you don't have money to complete. It takes you away from your business. It takes you away from doing those things on a day-to-day basis to keep your business going. So just because we have a new year, just because we want to set resolutions for our business, let's not just put so much focus on those resolutions where it actually create, a huge list, a huge honey-do list, if you will, for your business. So as we talk about setting those achievable goals, again, you can't set an achievable goal, or you can't set a goal without having something to measure it against. So if you were in business again in 2014, and this may sound a little redundant, but if you were in business in 2014, the new goals that you set forth for yourself in 2015, you should only set those goals when you run them against your numbers, when you run them against what worked for you in 2014. And if you are looking at recreating websites, if you're looking at recreating your marketing strategy, quite honestly, December, it's kind of late to do that with January 1st being here in a few days. This far in the process, or this far in the year, in the beginning of the new year is right around the corner in January 1st. We are a little late if a lot of these different things are to be done even now. The most opportune time to do it, in revamping websites and revamping marketing strategies for the new year. These things should be done maybe in August, September, even October, as we prepare to close out the fourth quarter, if you will, of the previous year. So just keep that in the back of your mind going forward, that if a complete strategy needs to be revamped, whether it be a website, whether it be a marketing strategy, social media presence, these different things should be done late in the previous year. So late 2014, not necessarily in January of 2015. All right, but again, if you're forced to do these, we don't want to create resolutions that will take us away from money-making opportunities. We don't want resolutions that are going to take us away even from our business, the day-to-day things that is necessary to do to run your individual business. All right. So again, we don't want to ignore if your business has a need for a new website, if your business has a need for a new marketing strategy, if your business has a need for a new business plan, we don't want to ignore that need, but we definitely again don't want to be so inundated with tasks. We don't want to be our resolutions, as it were, to turn into a bunch of tasks that we don't have time or the money to complete. Because again, data drives decisions. So as you gauge yourself going into the first quarter of 2015, what you'll find, and it's almost disheartening in many cases, that you didn't have the time, you didn't have the money, and this resolution list that you had written down, at the beginning of January 2015, is undone. It's not complete, and you at that point begin to feel like, whoa, maybe I'm behind the 8 ball. Maybe I can't do this, or maybe I can't do that. All right, so I want to encourage you, to use achievable resolutions. Set a goal, set a financial goal for you. If your monthly revenue goal for your business, let's just throw out a number. Let's say your monthly revenue goal for your business is $3,000. You want to make $3,000 per month. All right, well, that is definitely an achievable goal. All right, but let's take that goal. Let's let that be the goal, and begin to break even down that $3,000 a month. And if you've been to my networking groups in the past, you know how we've taken those numbers and we've broken them down to what you need to achieve on a day-to-day basis to monthly hit the $3,000 target, or the $5,000 target, the $10,000 target, whatever it is, or whatever numerical value you've associated with your business, for it to be a success on a month-to-month basis. We've done that. And give me a call. I can show you how to do it again. 706-289-7863. That's free. All right. We can definitely do that for you. All right. So let's take the goals that we have. Let's take the resolutions that we have. Let's make them achievable. Set them up. Make those achievable. Don't just actually create a resolution, that is unachievable. All right. So let's use these resolutions, make them achievable, and actually, each of the achievable resolutions should be all equated to the customer. And I like that. Every goal that we set for our business, every resolution that we set for our business structure should all be catered toward the customer. So at this time, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back from our commercial break, we're going to discuss a little bit more about our advertiser, The Secret Key Boutique. Okay, we're back in the studio. Again, we appreciate you tuning in. This is Greg Wilson with Connection Small Business Journal. You're listening this morning to CSBJ Radio, and we're talking today about setting achievable resolutions going into the new year. We have a brand new advertiser with CSBJ Radio. We're very excited about our good friend Patrice Williams. She owns the Secret Key Boutique. The telephone number is 205-202-7006. Again, that is 205-202-7006. 1853. She's located at 1853 Centerpoint Parkway in Centerpoint, Alabama. You can find her online via her website. Her Facebook page is facebook.com/The Secret Key Boutique. Her website address, www.thesecretkey.storeenvy.com. Again, let me repeat that, www.thesecretkey.storeenvy, that's ENVY.com. Visit her online, visit her on her Facebook page, visit her on her website. You can look at the waist training that she has on her website, the dresses that she has on her website. Phenomenal information that she even puts out. And there's a secret behind the name of her business. I know the secret, but we're not going to reveal. We're not going to reveal that. We're going to let her reveal that for you. But hey, dresses, belts, shoes, purses, you name it. This young lady has it in her location. Now, I would encourage you to go by, see Patrice Williams with the Secret Key Boutique. And also, if you are planning to attend, even in Birmingham, the all black attire, on New Year's Eve, 12/31/14. Again, that's December 31st, 2014. She has tickets. This is a huge event that is held every year, and she, quite honestly, has tickets for sale. We'll be offering these tickets at her location at 1853 Centerpoint Parkway. This event is going down. It's going to be hosted by Sly King from Hot 107, and also Eunice Elliott, also from 107 and NBC 13 here in Birmingham, Alabama. It's going to be held at the Sheraton Birmingham at Uptown. It's going to be in the Grand Ballroom. They're going to bring in the new year in style. It's all black attire, all black attire event, December 31st, 2014. My good friend Patrice Williams has tickets at her location at 1853 Centerpoint Parkway. So again, if you're looking for dresses, maybe for this event, maybe you're looking for a church dress, or a dress for maybe you and that special someone to go out on the town, and she has phenomenal pricing. Matter of fact, she's running a special right now where you buy a dress and you get a second dress absolutely free. You can't beat that. Her prices start, $15, $20, $25. You cannot beat the price that she has here. 1853 Centerpoint Parkway. Go by and see her. Go by and see her staff. 205-202-7006 is her telephone number. Again, we're talking today about, setting achievable resolutions for your business. It's very imperative for you and I as small business owners, not only to set or have resolutions going into a new year for your business, but our resolutions should all be achievable. We should not, even in creating resolutions, we should not create resolutions that we can't obtain, that either we don't have money to invest in, we don't have time to invest in. If you're busy already, keep that in mind when you are writing and dealing out your New Year's resolutions. So set these achievable resolutions. Your resolution shouldn't necessarily leave you with an extended to-do list. An extended to-do list, either again you don't have the time or the money to invest in. You will find out that you are adding more weight to your plate. You're adding more pressure to yourself. So we want to set those resolutions that are definitely achievable. All right. Every resolution that we have, every one that we set, should be pointing to our consumers. We should be pointing to our customer base. Quite honestly, if I can label them, they should be customer friendly resolutions. All right. So if you want to provide your customers with a more friendly online shopping experience, then I can understand why you may say, hey, I want to redesign my website. If you are wanting to reach more customers, I can understand why you would say, hey, I need to take a look at my social media presence. If you're looking at not confusing your consumers with your own individual brand, I can understand why a resolution would be, to have a single brand. I can understand that. If your marketing plan totally fell through the floorboard last year, let's say the entire year went by and you didn't gain a single customer, then definitely I can understand why you may say, hey, I want more customers, so my resolution will be to do X or do Y to reach these new customers. So I can understand this. Let's make sure that all of our resolutions, number one, are achievable, and number two, they reaffirm the customer. They all point to the customer. The customers pay our bill. If we're providing a service, if we're providing goods, we're being paid for this. That's our lifestyle. So every resolution that we have, every goal that we have should all point to our consumers. This has been Greg Wilson with CSBJ Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you again to The Secret Key. Thank you to Patrice Williams. Give us a call for any advertising needs that you have, 706-289-7863. If you are interested in even advertising, not only just advertising, but maybe following us online, follow us via our website. We publish articles on a regular basis. We post articles both on our website and our Facebook page. Our website address is www.connectionssbj.com. Again, that is www.connectionssbj.com. And our Facebook page, facebook.com/ConnectionsSBJ. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Greg Wilson.